What's up, interweb? Hydreigon here, and welcome to week number 1 in PPL Season 2, Division 1. So today, this is the team breakdown video for my match against Erasthamus and the Miami Rotom-Heat. For those of you that don't know what the PPL is a draft-based league. Links will be in the description for the PPL Twitter, the PPL YouTube, as well as my draft analysis so you guys can see what my team consists of and why I picked my Pokemon for this season. So we have our match today, week number 1, against the Miami Rotom-Heat, and I am terrified. 1, because it's week 1. 2, because it's against Ethan, who we lost against in Season 1. And 3, because the team is terrifying. So, all that combined makes me for a very, very scared Hydreigon. So, this video is just going to be a team breakdown video to let you guys know what team I'm bringing, and why I'm bringing what I'm bringing, and what I expect Ethan to bring against me. So, the match will be uploaded tomorrow. This should hopefully be uploaded on Friday, and the match should be uploaded tomorrow on Saturday. So I hope you guys are looking forward to that. But let's get into the team. So, first things first, let's take a look at what the Miami Rotom-Heat can be bringing against us, the Nidoqueens Park Rangers. So, the Miami Rotom-Heat's potential Pokemon are Clefable, Starmie, Tornadus Therian, Electros, Gastrodon, Tauros, Mienshao, Mega Aggron, and Zoroark. So the first thing I always try and like to do when I'm team building, I always like to plan out speed tiers. I write out every single mon's speed and see who is quicker than all the other mons, and who has better speed on each team, etc, etc, etc. And you guys will hear if you watch my draft analysis, the most common thing that I wanted in my draft was speed. I wanted speed in my draft, and pretty much all of my mons, aside from Aggron, are pretty damn quick. On the flip side though, Ethan has even quicker things. Tornadus Therian outspeeds my whole team. Starmie's base 115, which is only slower than Whimsicott and Hawlucha. And then he has Zoroark, Mienshao, and Tauros, which are all above base 100. All very, very quick stuff. So, Zoroark and Mienshao speed tie with regular Manectric, and then Tentacruel and Mew speed tie with Tauros. So he has very quick things as well. And my quicker mons, like Darmanitan and Hydreigon, still are outsped by all of those quicker things. So those mons just get naturally outsped regardless. Straight up, I was a little spooked by that he has so many potential offensive options that are so quick. And at the same time, he has very slow mons as well. He has Clefable, Electros, Gastrodon, and Mega Aggron. There's 2 base 50s, a base 60, and a base 39 in there. So he has some very slow stuff as well. And that's his bulk. His bulk is very slow, and his offensive options are very quick. That's a very nice team. It's a very nice. What's the word I'm looking for? It's like a very nice team makeup. It's a very nice way to go about it, having your slow mons being the bulk and your quick mons being the offensive options. So I was very spooked by that. And of course, I did have a couple of things that were pretty quick. That being Whimsicott and Hawlucha being very quick mons. However, in this match, I felt like speed control was going to be huge. Because as I said, he has very, very quick stuff. With a little bit of speed control though, with a few paralyses going around, it allows things like Hydreigon to outspeed. Even though it wouldn't naturally. I can then outspeed these things and I can fire off some big hits. So that's what I wanted to build this team around, with speed control. And now the mons that I knew I definitely wasn't bringing to this match. You can see my potential team, which should be on one side of the screen, is Hydreigon, Mew, Mamoswine, Whimsicott, Darmanitan, Manectric, Hawlucha, Aggron, and Tentacruel. And I knew I wasn't bringing Mamoswine. There was no point, because if you guys saw in my draft analysis, the main reason I got in Mamoswine to the Nidoqueens Park Rangers was because it runs through Fire, Water, Grass, and Fairy Dragon Steel cores, and Ethan and the Miami Rotom-Heat don't have a Fire, Water, Grass core or a Fairy Dragon Steel core. In fact, he only has a Water type, and he has a Fairy type. He has a Steel type, but said Steel type gets 3-hit KO'd by Mamoswine. He gets 3-hit KO'd by an Adamant Life Orb. Earthquake from Mamoswine is a 3-hit KO on max physically defensive Mega Aggron. And like I said, the 2 mons from the other cores are Water and Fairy, and those are the 2 types that Mamoswine does not hit from those cores. So there was pretty much no reason for me to bring Mamoswine. He is outsped and killed by Zoroark, Mienshao, Tauros, Tornado Styrian, Starmie. There was no reason for me to bring Mamoswine. Aggron was another one that I was considering for a while, but I ended up not bringing because I felt like things like Mienshao did a lot of damage, Tauros did a lot of damage and outsped, Gastrodon, even things that are slower than it, Gastrodon did a lot of damage. I really wanted to bring it for Clefable, but at the same time, Clefable can still pack things like Hidden Power Fighting, Hidden Power Ground, and still do a lot of damage. I was considering bringing Assault Vest Aggron specifically for a Hidden Power Fighting packed on Clefable or something like that, but I just didn't see it as that feasible, didn't really want to bring it in the end. And the last mon that I didn't really want to bring, turns out I'm not bringing, is Hawlucha, which may seem very strange considering it is my quickest mon against a team where I need to outspeed things, and it can potentially outspeed his whole team with Unburden. The problem with Hawlucha though was that I would be reliant on Unburden. That's the thing, I would have to be absolutely 100% reliant on Unburden in order to be quicker than his team, and the thing is it doesn't even do that much damage to a lot of things. Mega Aggron, you know, its base attack isn't actually that high. Its base attack is only 97, I'm pretty sure. So it's not the most powerful thing in the world. It gets access to some strong moves with like high jump kick, sky attack, and things like that, but it's not the strongest one you've ever seen. So it can Oko, Mienshao, and Tauros, sure. But then there's other things which it can't. Even with like acrobatics and things like that, it's just it doesn't do enough damage. So, and I would be relying on Unburden. If there was for some reason I had to switch out Hawlucha with Unburden, I couldn't get it again, and I would be far too reliant on it. I wouldn't be able to get that Unburden again, and I'd be, well, probably not slow, but I'd be a lot slower and a lot more vulnerable than I would be with it. So I didn't want to be too reliant on Unburden. So sell for the other 6 months, which you can already see on the screen. You can see exactly what 6 months I'm bringing. But I'm going to go through the sets and exactly why I'm bringing them. So the first one for this week, for week 1 of the PPL, is Shield the Hydreigon. Now Shield, over here, is holding the Life Orb with Draco Meteor, Dark Pulse, Flash Cannon, and U-Turn with 212 HP, max special attack, and 44 in speed with a modest nature. Now, as I said before, Hydreigon has base 98 speed, and Ethan's quicker mons are base 100 and above. So he's not going to outspeed them. Regardless of what I do, he's not going to outspeed them unless I attack on a Choice Scarf. So there's no point in me trying to outspeed those mons, because if I am max speed Timid, I'm still not going to outspeed them if they're max speed Jolly, or Timid. So there's no reason for me to try to outspeed them, because I'm just wasting EVs that I can put into HP that I could, you know, potentially take a hit a little bit better. So, I put 212 in HP and 44 in speed, and what that 44 in speed allows me to do is to outspeed a max speed Timid Clefable, which is unlikely, but I still have to do it regardless. Max speed Timid Clefable, I still outspeed that thing, and the rest is just piled into HP. Now, a Life Orb Draco Meteor absolutely destroys Ethan's team. The only things it doesn't 2-hit KO, I have all the calcs on the screen here. Obviously, it does not hit 2-hit KO Mega Aggron or Clefable, because Clefable's immune, of course. Clefable's immune with from Draco Meteor, and it doesn't do that much to Mega Aggron. And then Gastrodon, it does, if it's a specially defensive Gastrodon, which I'm not expecting him to bring, it does 57 to 68%, which obviously wouldn't 2-hit KO because the special attack drops, but it still does a hefty chunk to it. And an Assault Vest Electros, max HP 0 or 4 special defense, Assault Vest Electros, it does 63 to 76% with a Draco Meteor, which is a huge amount of damage. So, in order to counteract that, everything else gets 1-hit KO'd by Draco Meteor. Everything else in his team gets 1-hit KO'd by it. So, it's a huge threat for his team. Now, the other moves that I have in this is Dark Pulse and Flash Cannon and U-Turn. So, Dark Pulse 2-hit KOs, or sorry, has a chance to 2-hit KO a specially defensive Mega Aggron. Specially defensive Mega Aggron, it can 2-hit KO that thing. If it's a physically defensive Mega Aggron, or not completely max special defense, I'm going to 2-hit KO that thing with Dark Pulse. Obviously, not taking into account Draco's special attack drops. So, it's obviously going to require some predictions and stuff, but I can 2-hit KO that thing with Dark Pulse, which is a huge, feat to try and take down Mega Aggron. And Clefable is 2-hit KO'd by Flash Cannon. Again, not taking into account those special attack drops, although, if that Clefable is unaware, the special attack drops don't matter. So, obviously I'm not going to be able to hit that thing with Draco anyway, but I mean, if he switches in after I've used the Draco or whatever. If it's unaware, I can still 2-hit KO him with Flash Cannon. Problem with that is, of course, that he can just 1-hit KO me with a Moonblast, so he probably has to be worn down a bit, and, you know, this, that, and the other, whatever. There's a few complications. But I can 2-hit KO or 1-hit KO his entire team with those 3 moves. Obviously, not taking into account the special attack drops on things like Assault Beast Electros and Gastrodon, okay? So I can do a hell of a lot of damage to his team, basically, is what I'm trying to say. I can do a huge amount of damage to his team, and there's mons like Starmie that I don't have to take the risk of going for Draco. I can go for Dark Pulse and still kill it. I also 2-hit KO Tornadus Therian with Dark Pulse. I 2-hit KO Tauros with Dark Pulse, and I 2-hit KO Mienshao with Flash Cannon, but of course I OHKO all those things with Draco. If I don't want to go for Draco, I don't want to get the special attack drops, I can still do a huge amount of damage with these other moves on him. So, he is a huge wall breaker for this team. He is there to outspeed all of the slower mons and break them down. That's what this guy's here to do. And also, I have U-turn, because you are going to notice on all of my mons in this one, initiative is going to be key. Because with the matchup with Ethan in this match, I have mons that ruin his team. Specifically, Hydreigon, and spoilers, I'm bringing this mon, Darmanitan. Hydreigon and Darmanitan destroy Ethan's team. The combination of those two absolutely runs through Ethan's team. However, I have no switch-ins for the likes of Starmie, Tornadus Therian, and even Tauros, Mienshao, Zoroark. All those offensive options, I basically don't have switch-ins to any of them on my team. So we both have offensive options that destroy the other person's team, but we have no defensive switch-ins. So this is just going to be a case of who can sack things off least. Whoever starts sacking more things off is going to lose, basically. So this is going to be a very tough game. So I have Hydreigon right there, okay? So he's there to try and run through that team a little bit. He doesn't have many switch-ins to it, is what I'm trying to say. The next mon on the Nidoqueens Power Rangers, the second mon, is Whimsicott. Now, Whimsicott is holding the Expert Belt, with Stun Spore, Giga Drain, Moonblast, and U-Turn, obviously with that Prankster ability. And it has max special attack and max speed Timid. Now, I said that Whimsicott is base 116 speed, that outspeeds the likes of Starmie. The only thing it doesn't outspeed is Tornadus Therian. Max speed Tornadus Therian, that's the only thing it doesn't outspeed. This is excluding any Scarfers, of course. So, this Whimsicott is there to speed control. Prankster Stun Spore is going to be fantastic. If I can get a Stun Spore off against something like Tornadus Therian, against something like Starmie, Tauros, Mienshao, Zoroark, it's going to be a hell of a lot easier to deal with, because slower mons like Hydreigon can then outspeed and just kill it. As I said, Draco Meter just destroys all of their faces. So if I can Stun Spore something, get it slower, in comes Hydreigon, boom, Draco, you're dead. So Stun Spore is going to be crucial in this game. Giga Drain is there for the Gastrodon primarily, can also hit the Starmie of course as well, which I do outspeed, as long as it's not scuffed. So Giga Drain hits that, which is very nice. Then we have Moonblast, which is there primarily for, you know, well, it's stab, it hits Zoroark, it hits Mienshao, and I outspeed both of those, as long as they're not scarfed. And I can do a pretty decent amount of damage. And then, of course, I have U-Turn for that initiative, because I absolutely need it. I have to be on the offensive. I absolutely 110% need to be on the offensive on this one, and I'm going to have to get my predictions right. If I predict wrong, if he stays in with a particular mon as I go for a U-turn, I'm kind of screwed. I have to be able to predict his switches, and I have to know when he's going to switch out and when he's going to stay in, and punish him for it. If he stays in, I want to be able to hit him hard. If he stays out, I want a U-turn and get the initiative. I absolutely have to get my predictions right in this match, otherwise I will lose. So that's Capricious, the Whimsicott. Next up, the third one on the Nidoqueens Power Rangers is Darmanitan, the Darmanitan, and this is my choice Scarfer. He has a choice Scarf with Sheer Force, Flare Blitz, U-Turn, Superpower, and Will-O-Wisp. 156 HP, max attack, and 100 in speed Adamant. So an Adamant Scarfed Darmanitan with 100 speed investments allows me to outspeed a max speed Jolly or Timid Tornadus Therian. So max speed Tornadus Therian, I outspeed it. I outspeed every single non-Scarfer on his team, in other words. So the only thing that will be outspeeding Darmanitan in this match is going to be any Scarfers, which I'm going to have to try and identify and hopefully make slower with that Prankster Stun Spore. Now, Darmanitan runs through Ethan's team even more than Hydreigon does. With Flare Blitz, it 2-hit KOs or OHKOs everything on his team apart from physically defensive Gastrodon. That's it. That's the only thing that doesn't get 2-hit KO'd or OHKO'd. And bearing in mind that Darmanitan outspeeds his whole team, other than Scarfers, it can put in a lot of work. Now, I may need to wear down a couple of things here and there, because again, I don't want to be... I'm going to be taking a lot of recoil. If I'm just spamming Flare Blitz all over the place, I'm going to be taking a lot of recoil. So I'm going to need to be conservative with it and save it for late game. Absolutely have to. Because he's going to have to come in, outspeed everything, and just pop Flare Blitzes and kill everything towards the end. That's the idea anyway. It 2-hit KOs Clefable. It 2-hit KOs Starmie. It OHKOs Tornadus. It has an 81.3% chance to OHKO a max HP Electros. It, as I said, 3-hit KOs Gastrodon. It OHKOs Tauros. It OHKOs Mienshao. It 2-hit KOs Mega Aggron. And Zoroark, it obviously, clearly OHKOs. I also have U-Turn again for that initiative. As I said, it's going to be crucial in this match to stay on the offensive, and that's going to really help me do that. It also, U-Turn also kills OHKO Zoroark as well, so I don't even have to go for a Flare Blitz if I'm in against the Zoroark. I can just go for a U-Turn and it will kill it. It also nearly kills Starmie with a tiny little bit of prior damage. Starmie dies to a U-Turn as well. And then I have Superpower just for a little bit of extra coverage. If I don't want to take recoil with Flare Blitz, I can fire that off against something like Gastrodon, and it's going to do a good amount of damage. And then last but not least, I have Will-O-Wisp because I didn't need any other offensive moves on this. I didn't feel like I needed any other offensive moves, and you never know when a Will-O-Wisp can come in handy. And if I can outspeed certain things, like I said, I outspeed any non-Scarfer on his team. If I can outspeed things like Mienshao, Tauros, Zoroark, and fire off a Will-O-Wisp sometime maybe in the late game, that could absolutely win me the game. So you never know when it might come in handy. Might as well tack it on. So that's Darmanitroy, the Darmanitan. The fourth Mon on the Nidoqueens Spark Rangers is going to be Layson, the Manectric. And this is holding the Magnet with Lightning Rod, Thunder Wave, Hidden Power Grass, Thunderbolt, and Volt Switch. Max Special Attack, Max Speed, Timid. And this Manectric, I've just gone with max speed because at the very worst, it will be a speed tie with the likes of Zoroark and Mienshao, I'm pretty sure. Let me check those speeds again. Yeah, Zoroark and Mienshao also have base 105 speed, so at the very worst, it will be a speed tie with both of them. And if he's not running max speed, Jolly, or Timid, then I will outspeed them. So I wanted to, at the very worst, have a speed tie with those guys. And with that, I outspeed Tauros as well, which is good to know. So I have Thunder Wave, again, for that speed control. If I can manage to get off a T-Wave against something quick, that would be spectacular. I have Hidden Power Grass for the Gastrodon. It does a hell of a lot of damage to it. And then I have Volt Switch and Thunderbolt, because I, need that initiative with Volt Switch, and Thunderbolt is a good, strong stab move. Does a hell of a lot of damage to the likes of Starmie and Tornadus. It also, I believe, 2-hit KOs Mega Aggron with that Magnet boost. And I didn't want to be taking any recall. Plus, I can bluff a choice item, which is the reason I have a Magnet. I can bluff a choice item, particularly if I go for a Volt Switch on something and he sees that I'm not taking any, I don't take any Life Orb recall or anything like that. He may suspect a choice item, and from the fact that it has a little bit of boosted damage, he may expect something like Specs on that thing. So he may expect, like, if I get like a high roll with a Thunderbolt, he may expect like, oh, that was a low roll on Specs. So I can kind of bluff that in a little way. It just may or may not, throw him off a little bit, potentially, who knows. But that's what Manectric's there for, just kind of a bit more initiative. It gives me an electric immunity, so Electros can't just spam Volt Switch all over the place. And it's there for, a bit of extra grass coverage on Gastrodon. I'm half expecting Ethan to bring the Rindo Berry on Gastrodon, because it weakens the grass moves, and it'll really weaken any kind of grass offense I have. I do have Giga Drain on Whimsicott as well, and HP Grass on Manectric, so I'm hoping the combination of that will be able to take out that Gastrodon, even with a Rindo Berry, surprise Rindo Berry. So that's Manectric, lacing the Manectric. The fifth Mon on this team is DOV, the Mew, and it's holding the Colbur Berry with Synchronize, U-Turn, Soft Boiled, Knock Off, and Aura Sphere. Max HP, max defense, 4 in special defense with a relaxed nature. So, we have 4 offensive mons on my team at the moment. Kind of offensive. Whimsicott's there more for utility, more for the stun support, but it is, you know, it's not bulky. It is speed invested and special attack invested. So, well, I needed some bulk on this one, and Mew is the best I have, really. So I have U-turn again for that initiative. That's 5 mons out of 5 so far that have initiative on my team. And then we have soft boiled because I don't have any recovery in the form of leftovers. I need recovery if I'm going to be a wall. I need some way to get HP back. The Cobra Berry weakens super effective dark type moves, which means that Mew is actually a very good switch into Mienshao, because Mienshao can't touch me with the likes of its fighting stab. U-turn is going to do a good amount of damage, but I am physically defensive, so I can take it relatively well. And it could want to go for knockoff against me, which I will just tank because of the Cobra Berry. Cobra Berry is also there because he does have a Zoroark. If he wants to go for something like knockoff against me, it's not actually going to do that much at all. And then every subsequent knockoff is going to be severely weakened because I don't have an item. So then I have softball to try and get HP back, to try and increase Mew's longevity. I have knockoff to try and get rid of some items. Again, if I can identify a Scarfer and knock off that Scarf, that means Darmanitan will be outspeeding everything on his team. And then last but not least, I have Aura Sphere. And the reason I have Aura Sphere is because I did not want to get walled by 3 separate mons with Mega Aggron. Because the last mon that I've added on the team gets completely stopped by Mega Aggron. Whimsicott gets completely stopped by Mega Aggron. And I wanted something that could actually touch it. It's still not going to do that much. Aura Sphere uninvested does, I think, is something like 35% to a Mega Aggron. But it's a hell of a lot better than what a knockoff would do to it. So I wanted Aura Sphere. Also hits Tauros. And Mew is actually a pretty good switch into Tauros because I get 3 hit KO'd by a Sheer Force, Life Orb, Max Attack, Adamant, Body Slam from Tauros. If he runs Rock Climb, then there's a chance to 2-hit KO me, but Body Slam is a guaranteed 3-hit KO, which is the strongest move he can hit me with, really, aside from things like Double Edge, I think, I don't know. No, not with the Sheer Force boost. I don't know. Anyway, so Mew is like a decent switch into Tauros, and I can hit it back with an Aura Sphere. Also hits Mega Aggron, so decided to go with that. And the last mon on this team is a bit of an interesting set, and this is LL Cruel J, the Tentacruel, with the Assault Vest, with Liquid Ooze, Mirror Coat, Sludge Wave, Giga Drain, and Rapid Spin. Max HP, max defense, bold, with 4 in special defense. This is a physically defensive Tentacruel with an Assault Vest. So, what this Tentacruel is here to do is to try and tank any special hit possible. I also do have max defense, so it can tank it on the physical side as well if it needs to. I say tank it, not really. Starmie's Psy Shock still has a chance to kill Tentacruel. Not the point. Alright. Apologies if you could hear that. And I have some coverage moves. I needed another thing to hit Clefable, because right now the only move I had to hit Clefable is Flash Cannon. Which I'm expecting Ethan to bring Babiri Berry Clefable, because he knows I'm probably going to be bringing Flash Cannon Hydreigon to hit the Clefable. So if he brings Babiri Berry, it's a 3-hit KO, plus he can just tank a Flash Cannon and just pop me with a Moonblast. So I don't want that to happen, so I needed some other thing to hit Clefable. As I said, I can 2-hit KO it with Darmanitan with Flare Blitz, but that's a huge amount of recoil, and I don't really want to be doing that. So I have Sludge Wave on Tentacruel. The reason I do not have Sludge Bomb on this guy is because Sludge Wave is a 2-hit KO on Clefable, and Sludge Bomb is not. It's a chance to 2-hit KO. Sludge Wave is guaranteed 2-hit KO on Clefable. The next reason is because if I'm going to be trying to paralyze things, I do not want to poison them accidentally with Sludge Bomb. Sludge Wave has a much less chance to poison them than Sludge Bomb does. It's a 10% chance to poison, and Sludge Bomb has a 30% chance to poison them. So I don't want to poison something accidentally. That is also the reason why I don't have Scald on this Tentacruel. I don't want to burn something accidentally if I'm looking to paralyze it. So that's the main reason why I don't have Scald and I don't have Sludge Bomb. So Sludge Wave is a bit more powerful, which is going to help with Clefable, and it has a less chance to poison. I then have Giga Drain, a bit more coverage to try and take down Gastrodon, because it's actually a very good switch in. If he's expecting some kind of water move from Tentacruel, if I'm in against something that doesn't want to take a Scald, for example, he may switch in Gastrodon. I can pop off a Giga Drain and do a huge amount of damage to it. So that is going to be very nice indeed. And I also have Rapid Spin, because I do not want him to try and set up rocks against me, especially when I have things like Darmanitan that will be severely worn down by Stealth Rocks very, very quickly. If I'm going to need him to try and tank the Flare Blitzers a little bit better, and take, you know, as little recoil as possible to try and extend the amount of times it can do Flare Blitz, I don't want it to be getting worn down with Stealth Rocks, so I need to be able to get rid of them, and that's where Tentacruel comes in. Now I have Mirror Coat. It was kind of like an add-on almost, because I wanted to run Assault Vest Tentacruel to just try and tank the special hits a little bit better, and then I saw Mirror Coat and I was like, you know what, we'll put that on. You never know when it might come in handy. If I'm in against something like, I don't know, a Tornadus Therian, he goes for Hurricane, I tank it, Mirror Coat, and that thing dies. That would be, you know, the ideal situation. I don't know if he'd do that, considering, you know, Tentacruel has very good special defense as it is, but who knows, if he's getting desperate, or he, you know, miscalcs, it doesn't realize I have Mirror, or I can have Mirror Coat or something, it may come in clutch, you never know. So that's why I put that on there. So, that is the team. So that is, we have Hydreigon, Whimsicott, Darmanitan, Manectric, Mew, and Tentacruel. Now I'm very, very scared about this match, because, like I said, I don't have the greatest of matchups. Nor does Ethan, particularly. In terms of offensive prowess, we're both pretty even. We both have really good offensive options that kind of wreck the opponent's team. Defensively, though, he outclasses me. He has switch-ins to things and I do not. I do not have switch-ins to any of his offensive mons, that being Zoroark, Mienshao, Tauros, Tornadus Therian, Starmie. I don't have switch-ins to any of them. So, it's going to be tough. And like I said, I'm going to need to have my predictions on point. I'm going to need to be able to predict him properly, and I'm going to need to be able to stay on the offensive using initiative, which is why 5 out of the 6 of my mons on my team have some form of initiative, whether it be U-turn or Volt Switch. That's the reason I have that. So, yeah, this is going to be a very, very tough match, but I'm looking forward to it. Ethan's a great battler, so it should be a good match, I hope. And whatever happens, I think that this is going to be a good start to the season. Maybe. Even if we lose, I feel like it's still going to be a good indicator of what I can achieve this season. Not necessarily in terms of the result, but how I play and how I think. Hopefully, I don't play like an absolute idiot. That would be the ideal. But anyway, I'm kind of rambling at this point. So, that's my team. What do you guys think of this team? Do you think I overlooked anything in particular? Do you think I should change things? Well, I'm not going to anyway, because, you know, the reason I'm recording this is because the match has already happened. But, yeah. If you think this team has a massive oversight, or something like that, please do leave it in the comments. I would like to hear it. And who do you think is going to win in Week 1? Who do you think is going to come out victorious in Week 1? Do let me know in the comments, and I hope you guys are excited for the Pokemon Premier League to return, because I know I am. So the Week 1 match will be uploaded tomorrow. Stay tuned for that one. I hope it's going to be a great match. So I'll see you guys in the match tomorrow. Jeez, tomorrow. Oh, my goodness. So I'll see you guys then. Toodaloo.